Hello student, chapter 7 Michel. Okay, important characters Simon, father, Matrona, mothers, Michel, vagabond, Anushka, daughters. Okay, mirror character, a Russian noble and his servant, a woman, two children. Scan 1, a poor peasant hut, a peasant woman enter from out of doors carrying a water pail. She calls Matriona Anushka bringing into sticks. You gather it for the fire, Anushka. Now at once. Anushka puts the sticks by the fire palace. Matrona, now light the fire, Anushka. Your father will soon be back from town. The child sits on the floor and begins to break up the sticks. Matrona begins meddling a very ragged shift. Anushka, why has daddy gone to town? Matrona, to buy a warm pigskin for winter. We have only one and that's one two tatters. Anushka, why doesn't daddy go into downtown and buy warm pigskins more than often? Matrona, what he earns goes on food. There's a little use of going to town with no money to spend. Anushka, has a daddy got some money now? Matrona, little he has been making boots for the neighbors to save enough for a sheepskin, and he's got to collect most of it his way to the town. Anushka, who's going to collect it from? Matrona, from the neighbors he made boots for. Silly, if only the declarer doesn't cheat him. He must too simple. He should get a proper winter coat. It'll be better this winter than last. When he went out, he put on our one coat, and I had to stay indoors. Anushka, suddenly here she comes. Here's come daddy in a exclaimment. She rushes to meet him, but stops. Daddy isn't alone. There's somebody with him. Matrona, who's that? What sort of person is with him? Anushka, he must be terribly cold. His arms are all bare and his feet. He looks like a beggar. Matrona, a beggar has your father's sheepskin. Anushka, no. Matrona, she hurries to the door. No skin, nothing, and bringing a beggar home with him. It's as I feared, angry. Her's nice and to a year of work, my heart could break with a disappointment. She turns to the child, get off to bed. Anushka, trying to keep back her tears, goes slowly into her room. Once toils and he begins his good for nothing friends home with him. She stands and waits. Simon comes in. He holds the door open for someone else. Simon, come in, friend. Come in. A young man of about 18 enters. His face is beautiful, but he has just a piece of coarse material like a mat tied around him. He's stand just inside the doors, his head and eyes lowered. Simon, come, friend, sit by the fire and warm yourself. He sits the beach nearer to the fire. That's better than the snow outside. Well, have some any super for us, mother. Matrona, you shall have your super when I have my sheepskin. Simon, oh, come, Matrona, that's a poor welcome called get the skin. I call it on Nigibar Trifonov on my way to the town, but he called pay me what he ordered. He hadn't money. He hardly had enough bread for his wife and children. I could force him, so we go without.
दो आंसू बचा कर लाया हूँ पूजा तेरी करने के लिए.
Matrona, you set out to buy sheep skin and you come back with nothing but a vagabond, and you ask for supper as if nothing had happened. There's only no bread in the house for a day. We can't feed all in the country. Simona, Matrona, don't rude. Matrona, don't rude. Indeed, you accept me to shelve for another year. Do you then you can get your own supper and mind your own house. To the strongest, you are clothed like a beggar, but your skin is white and your hands are smooth. Do you come from? What do you want? The stranger shakes his head. Haven't you got a tongue in your head? Simon, he hasn't spoken a word since I found him. Matrona, found him. Where did you find him? Simona, by the roadside. I saw something on the ground, and when I went closer, I found him with barely any clothes in the snow. I thought he might be dying of cold and want. So I lifted him up and put my cloak around him and brought him home. I questioned him, but he never spoke. Matrona looks at him still more curiously. Matrona, his skin as white and as soft as a nobleman's in the snow like that. It's a wonder he is alive. Well, we can't let him stray. Her voice is kinder. Sit her, you all warmer here. She sits a chair for him near the fire so that she can reach the kettle. She fills a cup and give it to him. Drink that, it'll warm you. He looks up at her when he takes it, and suddenly the stares at him. Her voice is a full fear. Did you see, Shimon? Did you see? Simon, what is there to see, mothers? Matrona, when I handed in him the cup, he smiled at me. The strangest smile we ever seen. He smiled as if the sun were behind his eyes. There's something very strange. यहाँ पिक्चर्स में भी दिया गया है. Simona, strange or not, we can't let him starve. Give him the bread. Matrona, give him the bread. Matrona, and that's the last food in the house. Perhaps I can borrow a little from the neighbors. It is a very dark. Come with me, Simon. They go out together. The stranger sits silently on the bench. From the inner room, the child's voice calls Anushka, mother, mother, daddy, daddy. The child ushers into the room. She observes the stranger slowly. Comes to him. She gives him a hand. he takes the climbing up to his lap. She rests her head against his shoulders. Look at.